about, for years and years and years, we had newspapers, we had television and radio, and we utilized these tools to communicate with people. Who would think that a sophomore, junior at a university could think up of a service that would be worth billions and billions of dollars today? That there would be a movie made about this product or service, that there's 500 million, actually 600 million people on the planet that utilize Facebook. Think about that. We're talking about the world's richest, one of the world's richest individuals right now, right? The owner of Facebook. Who would have imagined that 3 years ago, 2 years ago, right? What is it all about? It's about somebody who had the chutzpah to try something new, to try something different, realize that there's a need for people to communicate with each other, not to each other, but with each other. A need that we as human beings are all social animals. We crave attention, we want praise, we want to interact with each other, not in the form of, mass media marketing, but really high touch with high tech. Right? So it's led a revolution, and right now we're in the middle of this information revolution. So it's going to take people that are pioneers in this information revolution to seize upon the power and to harness that power of communications and a fundamental way of shifting that communications. Right? So it's no longer one way from a big organization down to the people, right? It's people talking up or talking down to organizations. So why is it important to me? Why is innovation communications important to me? Well, let me tell you my background. You know that Nguyen is a Vietnamese last name, it's the largest Vietnamese last name in Orange County. And I come from, obviously, Vietnam. I left when I was 5 years old. And it wasn't my choice to leave, what I knew. It was my mother's and father's choice to leave. And they left based on information that they had, that Saigon was going to fall to the communists. And the Lunar New Year is about a couple weeks, and where we're going to be celebrating our heritage and our family and our struggle to come here. And it is so important to me to give back to the community that embraced me. And so that's why communications and public service is so important to me. And that's what drives me, and that's what really moves me to make a difference in this world. And I think with Sarah and with the other communications people on board, we started an innovative program at OCTA called the Public Evolvement Program. It's a social media program. We're one of the first agencies to start that. And all it took was this flip camera that we went out in the community and flipped video, people sharing their stories about the economy, how bad the economy was. And we would share these personal stories with the elected officials as part of our efforts to get stimulus projects for transportation projects that helps transit, that helps highways, that helps us have people at work. And so it's these simple innovations that we think of as simple, and sometimes we take for granted, but it takes a monumental shift in effort, because when you're a pioneer, it's not easy, right? You're the odd man or odd woman out. People think you're crazy. People think that you have a different agenda. People may think or may suspect, you're not a team player. You're not part of the same old program that we've had for years and years and years, right? So what is it about the characteristics of these individuals that they want to undertake bold measures, right? They're not emboldened by the past. They're future-looking. They're facing toward the future and knowing where society will be, but more importantly, where society should be. Okay, think about that. They're not willing to rest on their laurels because they know that society can be better, that there is more humanity out there, that utilizing these technology tools is not about the technology and never will be about the technology, but it's about how these technology is bringing people closer together. Before my grandmother passed away, I was very close to her in Vietnam, It would take years, literally years, to send an email or a package to her. You know, medicine, things that were love packages to Vietnam. And we would wonder oftentimes, you know, did Grandma receive the medication that she needed? You know, we wouldn't hear anything. And it wasn't until, you know, weeks later that would come by that we got word in a telegram that she did get it. And we were ecstatic. Fast forward, you know, 10 years later when we have email, right? And then fast forward to now where I could actually chat with her via Skype. You know, she passed away, so I can't do that anymore. But I was able to at one time, you know, communicate with social media. So that's what we're talking about, folks. We're talking about being bold and thinking outside the box. These are not cliches. These are things that people do, and they risk their lives doing it. Mark Zuckerberg, you know, probably risks a lot of different things, but not to that extreme. But there are people that are doing that in Tunisia, right? Who knows where Tunisia is? North Africa, Mediterranean, Muslim. There's a revolution going on right now. And it's a revolution based on the fact that there's injustice in that nation. They have corrupt leaders, and people have mobilized because of communication tools. And they are leading a revolution that deposed of their president thanks to social media sites like Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. The government's banned these tools, but they're utilizing technology to connect with one another, to say, avoid this street because there are police snipers on the street, or go to this street, there's going to be protests there. So people are demanding change, and people are utilizing innovation for high rewards. So we're doing that in a small but significant way at the OCTA as well, by using Transportation 2 with Sarah Swenson, and most of you have seen that. Cost-effective, impactful ways of communicating with people. It takes very little time at all, a flip camera that you see here. So these are the innovations that drive results. And as you are here today, doing what looks like a lot of fun, out-of-the-box thinking, remember, there's a reason why you're doing that. And it's because there's a problem or an issue that you're trying to solve. It's always, creativity, innovations always have been about problem solving. Okay, think about that. There's a need. So you're thinking outside the box, you're thinking about the problem or the issue in a different light, trying different things, blazing different trails that nobody else has thought about, so that you can take the personal and professional risk to make that difference. You know, Thomas Edison did it, the printing press, now we have the advent of social media. So I challenge you to think about these technology tools. It's not high technology and the nice gadgets, but underlying all that is, what is it doing for people? It's benefiting people.
No change, I can change, I can change, I can change, but I'm here.